So now we move on to the spotlight session. To present this session, may I invite Mr. Ritesh Bhatia, founder and director, V4WEB Cybersecurity. Can we have you on stage, sir? Please
Thanks
take
so
over.
much. Yeah, thank you so much. So good afternoon, everybody. I'll try to keep it short because I think we are already late by 30 minutes, right? So I'll try to keep it short. I'll just touch down upon the future of the cybercrimes. We are already speaking about, ransomware and other things. And I think since years we've been just speaking about that only. But what are the new types of the cybercrimes that will be coming? So I'll just tell you very quickly, most likely even through a demo. You might think like, no, it won't happen over here. But as Jamtara's, this thing is also there, the tagline, सबका नंबर आएगा. तो हम सबका नंबर आएगा, Smith, yours, mine, everybody's. तो हम सबका नंबर आने वाला है. The only thing is how we are going to do the damage control, how we are going to be like, kind of minimize the impact. And when Brijesh sir was talking about a $10 trillion economy, I think we are on the wrong side of the cyber security. We should be somewhere else. Probably we'll be able to help Modi get at least $5 trillion, over here. So first thing is, let's talk about, I want to touch upon deepfakes, voice frauds, chatbot crimes, spear AI phishing, and AI-powered ransomware. And 2024 rather, will be the year of deepfakes. When it was like, 2018, there were certain crimes that I had anticipated in my TEDx talk. And just last year, those crimes happened. No, I'm not a Nostradamus to tell you something like this. But then this is the future. Research has been done on it. So let's look at it, how it is going to impact us. So first, let's see what are these deepfakes. Let me just see. I'm sure you've heard about them, but still.
We're entering an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point.
Barack Obama, for sure? No, 1 minute. Right now isn't the face of Barack Obama. We know some people know about deepfakes, but not everyone. Isn't the voice his? Yes.
In time, even if they would never say those things. So, for instance, they could have me say things like, Killmonger was right, or Ben Carson is in the sunken place, or, how about this, simply, President Trump is a total and complete dipshit. Now, you see, I would never say these things, at least not in a public address, but someone else would. Someone like Jordan Peele. This is a dangerous time. Moving forward, we need to be more vigilant with what we trust from the internet. That's a time when we need to rely on trusted news sources. It may sound basic, but how we move forward in the age of information is going to be the difference between whether we survive or whether we become some kind of fucked up dystopia. Thank you. And stay woke, bitches.
So we are pretty clear this is not Barack Obama who's saying
Pursue Amity University online bachelor's and master's degree at your
free advertising for Amity. Okay, see, we all know that this was definitely not Barack Obama's words, but this was Barack Obama. The ones who were saying, no, it's not Barack Obama. No, this is Barack Obama. This is his voice. But what artificial intelligence is doing right now is, there are several tools which I will tell you to have a look later. Those are the tools where you just put up your text, okay, and upload a voice. It will clone it, and then I can make anybody say whatever. So, generally when I talk about awareness and other things, imagine Amitabh Bachchan saying, okay, don't vote for this particular government, don't vote over here. And you will say, okay, what's wrong with Amitabh Bachchan? Why is he saying this? So just imagine, we already know a lot many whaling. What's whaling? The frauds that happen with CXOs already happening. But that's more often on an email. It's So imagine a video coming like to you wherein your boss is saying, look, I'm in a problem and all, and I just want you to do this. You'll say this is way too far-fetched. No, this is just not far-fetched. This is happening. And probably you might not have heard about it in India, but the cyberspace is such, when it happens at one place, it's not going to take, I mean, in light seconds, it's going to come over here. And this is what literally you will have your boss saying something like, I need an admin password to this, and that's why I'm sending you in your video so you can trust me. Now, I think trust, anonymity, and privacy, these three things are a myth on the internet. This is why I always say that. Trust, anonymity, and privacy. And when you ask me about the tools, there is just one tool, and that is verify. Just verify. And in order to verify, you'll need to first practice the pause. Pause. The moment we see certain things, we want to just swing into action. Okay, the boss asked for this, give over here. Link has come, click over here. We don't pause. Because we don't pause, we are not able to verify. So just two tools which fortunately machines don't have and we humans have. And this is what is going to make we humans will remain superior to these artificial intelligences provided we use these tools. But somewhere we have forgotten to use these tools. So this was, okay. So this was all about deepfakes. So what exactly is deepfakes? You know, these are like fake videos which, like, you know, when you look at it, the sound of it, the face of it, even the facial expressions, everything is the same. The voice is also same, but what they are saying is not actually what they're saying. It is somebody else. No, it's not like a Johnny Lever mimicking the voice of Amitabh Bachchan. It is the artificial intelligence machine on which I have uploaded two things. That is, let's say, you know, I upload Dinesh Bareja sir's voice, and then I put in a text, hey Smith, I want you to transfer this. No, just don't get scared. I just want you to transfer this. He'll say, yes, definitely this is Bareja sir's audio and voice, and he will do that, wouldn't you? But this is where it comes about verifying the facts. So why we call it as deep fakes? Because we are talking about deep learning. What is artificial intelligence and machine learning? It is all about these neural networks, and we are talking about deep learning. So it was started by, you know, the whole idea of deep fakes was actually a Reddit user had put it up over there, and his entire intention was to make deep fake pawns. So whenever there is a good network over here, please go back home and please check this out. Just type deep fake pawn of, let's say, Karishma Kapoor, deep fake pawn, Deepika Padukone, deep fake pawn, Alia Bhatt. And you'll actually see those videos and you will say, oh yes, it is looking. Of course, you'll be able to make out, no, there are certain, you know, glitches and all that. But the way artificial intelligence is going ahead, you will actually see a video wherein you will say, yes, this is Sonakshi Sinha. I mean, I'm referring to Sonakshi Sinha because there were many deepfake porn videos over there, which I helped her bring it down. But again, they keep resurfacing. And over the years, I'm saying the quality of those videos is becoming exceptional. And I'll prove that to you in some time once I finish with this. So this is a little bit about deepfakes. So politics, 2024, whatever I will hear on the video, I'm not going to trust. The same thing happened even few years back in Delhi elections when the minister, I forgot his name, Sir, Bareja sir, who's that minister who's, Tiwari, Manoj Tiwari, no? Manoj Tiwari, I think, he's a, yeah? Manoj Tiwari. Okay, Manoj Tiwari got his own deep fakes made. Now, Manoj Tiwari is very, very good with his Hindi. He doesn't know Punjabi, he doesn't know Haryanvi language. But he created his own deep fakes, like he was speaking in one particular language only, in Hindi only, and that same video, same everything was converted, I mean not really converted, a deep fake was made wherein he's speaking in Haryani and it is his sound, his face, and he's also speaking in Punjabi. And there was a lot of national uproar and they were on the news channels debates that, okay, you're using right now for a good purpose as such, but actually he's not really speaking. So just imagine what all we could have made him or anybody else speak also. So that's in politics. So 2024, I'm going to watch out what is going to happen. That's the reason I said 23 and 24 is going to be the year of deep fakes and, you know, everything related to AI-based crimes. pornography. So we've already been seeing that there's a lot of porn stuff on deepfakes, with deepfakes online. You just Google. In fact, one of the very prominent journalists in India, Rana Ayub, she was a victim of a deepfake porn plot. But just imagine, I'm now having, instead of a morphing, now I'm having a CEO or somebody like big personality, and you create an entire video, because as far as morphing is concerned, you will say, oh yeah, this is morphing, this is fine, we understand. But when a whole video you see of a man or a woman completely nude, and that too like a 30-second or a 60-second long video, you are going to say, no, this cannot be manipulated. But this is what it is going to be. Fake news has been coming, whatever you see, you might have earlier also seen that when you go onto Twitter, just take up any one tweet, which is like, oh wow, this is great work done by a government. Copy paste it, you think it's bots. Yeah, it is bots, but the news are all created, definitely by the IT cell, but now there are those fake news creators. I can write a complete article. Again, I'll show you a website for it. Tomorrow, if you want to write articles, or you want to have, help your kids with essays, or you want to write research reports, that website is pretty good. So there are websites like those, AI based. And like in social media, try to download an app called as Reface. The app's name is Reface. And if you look at that app, just put even a single static picture. That single static picture, and you can have the entire picture animated with voice, dancing, everything. Just one static picture. Download that app, Reface, and you'll come to know till where we have reached. Prevention, there are tools. Again, these tools are being made by big tech. So there's a very big opportunity for everyone who's into this particular field to come up with certain solutions, open source solution, wherein you can develop tools to detect deepfakes. As of now, there are like, forensics experts and investigators like me who are able to find out as to what is happening, and because that is something we could use it for the courts. But again, awareness, what is happening right now, and what I told you about the zero trust or verify, first verify, is the prevention for the particular moment. AI-based voice fraud. Israel, if you see, this was the year 2019. It had actually warned over there that senior executives' voices are going to be now kind of cloned, okay? Or impersonated. It had just warned. There was nothing like that. We've heard about business email compromise scams. We've heard about phishing and wishing. But look at this over here, what has happened. A boss calls up somebody and says, I want you to transfer the money. And the other fellow transfers the money because he says, oh yes, this is actually my boss, and I can very well recognize him. And that's exactly what has happened over here. So, two cases have happened so far. So when two cases have happened, how long it is going to take time to make it 20 or 30 cases? In the first case, a voice deepfake was used to scam a CEO of $243,000. In the second case, $35 million bank heist. Let's see what had really happened. Case number one. There was an AI-based voice software. What had happened that there is a CEO, the German CEO. Now the German CEO's voice would be available. Like for example, today if I just Google Smith Gonzalez, I will easily get his voice from some YouTube or something. Dinesh Bareja sir's voice. Anybody's voice, Naveen's, Sushobhan's, anyone's voice, I'll be able to get. The moment I get that particular voice, I feed into my AI machine. My AI machine will learn everything. With my 20 seconds of voice, it can actually produce a song also, and that song will sound the same, as bad as if I had to sing. It would sound as bad as the way I would have to sing. Okay, so we put it over there. Now that machine calls up the UK CEO. No, so this guy is in the German and he's at a higher position. He calls up the UK CEO. He says, look, we have a Hungarian partner. What I want you to do is, I want you to transfer $243,000 to this Hungarian supplier. Now read this line. The CEO recognized the subtle German accent. It's not only just the German accent, the subtle German accent. And moreover, he says, I could actually, find that melody in the voice. Like, every voice has some unique characteristics. Like when Brijesh sir was talking, he has something. Bareja sir's voice is a little more, like quite, the pitch is quite high. Mine would be a little lower. Everybody has a unique style of talking also. So this UK CEO said, I was able to realize that. And then the money was moved out. It went to the Caribbeans, Mexico, South America, and it moved out. And that AI machine again called up, but that time it called up from another number, and that is the time this UK CEO thought something is amiss. And when the inquiry was done, and when he was asked, how could you do it also? He says, no way, like, it was a computer or anybody else mimicking his voice. It was definitely him. And that is the time he says, yes, I was able to recognize his subtle accent and the melody in his voice. Case number 2, again, there's a company director over here. His voice is taken, it's put up on the, fed to the AI machine, it's trained, and a script is created. All this in less than like 2 minutes, okay? The machine calls up the bank manager. The bank manager says, okay, I recognize, hi director, how are you? And the fake emails are sent. Now what happens? Now when the phishing is being done or a fake email is being sent, and especially if somebody has spoken, you generally now you will ignore all those spelling mistakes and the domain which is not right and all, and you'll say, oh wow, no, this is right, and you will say, okay, fine. And what he said, like, there were the emails from the director, from the lawyer, and they said, okay, this money wanted to be moved out, and what happened was $35 million was moved out. If it was just a mail, what is happening nowadays, you would have identified. But what when it's a video? What is when it's a voice? Your biometrics. So these also cannot be trusted now. You have these websites like Rassemble.ai. You clone your voice. How does it know that you're cloning my voice or I'm taking anybody else's voice? So I can take, let's say, Ashwin's voice and I can just put it up. And see over here, custom voices. I'll just pick up Ashwin, your voice, I'll put it up, and I'll make it say anything that I want. Yeah, we'll have to, you can pay me in cash, So these are the threats that we have. The wire transfer frauds, not one, but we've already seen 2 frauds. The grandparent scams. So just imagine this little girl sitting over here and, I call her parents, I take her voice. Because she's been talking and I would have recorded her voice, just image it over there itself, opened up a project and said, like, Dad, please send me some money and put some money over here, transfer it to this account and all. I'm in literal trouble, I'm in the hospital or whatever it is. And so when you do this with the grandparents, especially when the parents are traveling out, like me and my wife, we are traveling out quite a lot. So somebody now can use, they'll say, okay, let's target Ritesh's son and let's target Ritesh's father. So these scams, the grandparent scams, which were once famous in US, they are going to come back. Fake news, so again, audios coming, fake audios, the audio, and you say, okay, yes, this is this particular person only, and you're going to believe it. That's again the threat to the democracy. Verify and awareness as of right now. Coming to crime chatbots, which is nothing like but AI poisoning. We are talking so much about AI. We think AI is the best thing. Of course, it may be a great thing, but again, how are we trying to allow it to become superior than a human intelligence? Right? We know, okay, AI is great, and it can say, okay, this is a pig, and it can identify between a donkey and a horse. Great. But why are we allowing it to become so superior? And that's why ethics play a very important role. So what if I poison it? And you just try to talk to the chatbots. Nowadays, anyway, talking to a human is a costly affair. Soon you are going to be like paying if you want to speak to a human, because you just have to deal with those IVRs. First there were IVRs, now you have these chatbots. So just imagine if it's poisoned, and what can happen. Like if you have a car which has been trained that this is the speed limit, and when it says, okay, stop, instead of stop, it starts speeding. That's what's poisoning, right, Prasanna? Yeah. I mean, he's somebody who's been working a lot in this particular sector. So same way with the chatbot also. So what can I do in the chatbot? I'll say, hey, hi, how are you? Imagine I just hack one of those banks and I poison them. He'll say, oh, get lost. I'm in no mood to help you today. the reputation of the other organization. What will happen at that point of time? We've been just talking about, since 3 years, we've been just talking about only one type of cybercrime, ransomware, 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 you know. I think there's a lot of saturation on it. And ऐसा नहीं हो कि ransomware पे इतना बात करें कि we will just forget securing things like these small things. So Facebook Messenger was there, you know, now you can use a Facebook Messenger also and create a bot, and that had a kind of a malware in it, and with that particular malware, it was able to get into the credentials of people also. So that is what it can happen. Then AI phishing. You are able to spot phishing nowadays. Why? Because you always say, okay, pay attention to the language, pay attention to the spelling mistakes. Gone are those days, my friends, you know. First, a friend would, you know, a sample email would be, let's say if my vice president is there, he would say, dear Ritesh, this is in reference to the new vendor, blah, blah, blah. You know, what you would say, yeah, English is good, everything is good, maybe it is him only. But no, the new AI-based phishing, it's going to be more informed. It is going to study the way your language. It is going to make it more personalized. And it will make sure that the mails don't go into the spam, they will come into the inbox. Because let's say your O365 or Gmail also is using AI to identify if there are some issues. You know, it reads your mails. But here, it is going to use certain data which is very exclusive to me. Like I know how me and Dinesh Bareja sir speak. So someday if I'm going to get a mail from him, and you know, if it is in that formal language, I will be like very sure, no, this cannot be Dinesh Bareja sir. You know, the way we speak to each other and all. So I will understand that there is something fishy. So the same way, in this particular case also, I will feel it's something fishy because my VP, assuming, okay, I don't have a VP as such, because my VP would actually write like this. He would not call me Ritesh. He would say, hey, RB. You know, that's how in our company we would say. And he'll say, okay, Alex P, rather than writing the whole Alex Peterson. And I know he'll always end it with, okay, love to your son. Instead of that, he's just writing love to Junior. How does he know all this? Because this is the AI-based phishing. They are going to study your mails. They are going to study your language, the way you write, the comma, the space, everything they are going to study so much. How do you use, what kind of brackets you use also. Do you use full stops? When do you use semicolons? What are the punctuation marks you use and what are the punctuation marks you don't use? It is going to be till that level. And the same thing will happen with the AI-powered ransomware. But before that, let me just show you. This is one particular website. I am not going to go deep into this, but you should go, especially the girls over here. Check this out, deepnude.cc. Just do it at your this thing. It's not right for me to put it over here. And you will come to know how in 5 seconds, earlier there was something called as a morphing. What was morphing? Take my head, put it on a nude body. But okay, this man is white, I am black. You know, it's not matching. You will say, okay, this is morphing. But now it's AI based. So it's called as the deep nude. This is Ritesh Bhatia standing over here. There is a screen behind over here. What do? The AI based, the deep nude will make me completely nude. It will, right now it can see, okay, this is this much hair I have on this particular arm. Accordingly, it will put hair all over my body to show, okay, if this man was nude, this is exactly how he looked like, with the background and everything. So have a look at that deep nude, and for like, 30 rupees per image, this does that. And we are seeing a lot of cybercrimes happening because of this. The other thing is, let's say this. Look at this. This is how it keeps working as. Just write some 3 words and you can get an entire article in great English with nice sophisticated words and all that. So a lot is happening with this AI thing. It's very good if you want to do like essays or you want to write your research papers or anything. Inferkit.com is the website. Just put in few words and just keep generating the text. It allows you to do for 10,000 words, which is quite a lot. See, just look at the language. The report focused on the number of active phishing attacks, social engineering, blah, blah, blah. Isn't it quite polished? It is quite polished. And this is how all fake news are also being created. So again, even if there is a news article that's coming and it looks super professional, sorry, I think I'll have to kind of verify. So here is the era we are getting into. This is, I was talking about, uploading of a voice when I was taking Ashwin's example. So this is a thing called as, let's say, Descript, and there is something called as overdub in this, which means I will just take Ashwin's voice, I'll upload it, or I'll take Smith's voice, I'll upload it. I will just I can give a training also to improve its recording so that I get exactly, I know I speak to Smith quite a lot. So I know sometimes how fast he goes. I always know, instead of saying yes sir, he'll say Roger, Roger, Roger. So I know all that also. So, I will just train it a little more, and then anybody will say, yes, this is Smith Gonzalez's voice only. So there is this feature of overdub. And how do I get his voice? I just need a small MP3, which I will get from anywhere. Maybe while I'm talking to him on the phone, I can get it from there, or I can get it online also. So these are the things. Okay, I think I finished quite in time. So that's from my side, guys. There's a lot more to talk, but I want to restrict myself over here. Thank you so much. There's no presentation. I actually did everything on open tabs. I'm more than happy to tell you what are those websites. Yeah, sure. That's not a problem at all. For Sushobhan's session, I always come with something new. Right, Sushobhan? Earlier it was a dark web when I had spoken. Now it's this. Maybe next time we'll speak about the advanced social engineering techniques. That is something I'm going to be speaking to certified fraud examiners in Singapore a few days from now. Yeah, so maybe we can see that also.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ritesh sir. May I request Dr. Kaustubh Gunadekar to hand over a token of gratitude to Mr. Ritesh Bhatia?